Hello, this is my Quarantine Chronicles episode number 4. It's been a long time coming. I know it's been a while since I posted. So many things, so many changes. And despite being in the quarantine, being busier than I think I've been in a really, really long time. Busy with work, busy growing. This Quarantine Chronicle episode is my reintroduction, so maybe I can tell you a little bit about who I am and what I've been doing so that you know me. So this channel is called Sammy Sam. My name is Sam, and I am a psychotherapist, which is part of the reason why I'm one of the fortunate people to still be working during this time, during this quarantine. I've been operating as a support to a lot of different folks during this present transition, into the unknown. And being a psychotherapist, being a therapist, being a healer, particularly being a healer, has become a huge part of my identity in the way that I want to and like to show up for folks. And I hope that it reflects in a lot of different ways. I think that it's really important that if I'm going to introduce myself to you, I need to tell you about the identities that I hold as a person. And this is also something that I do that's a part of my work that's really important to me. I am I identify myself to be a Black woman. When I've been through DNA journeys, I've been through ancestral journeys, and knowing that my being a Black woman is the strength of my identity, I feel. And also it's not the entirety of my racial makeup. And feeling that for myself that it's really important for me to identify as Black, to stand in solidarity with my ancestors. And also really unpacking what that means for me to identify with one aspect of my identity more than a lot of the other aspects. And I think that has a lot to do with my lived experience. Recognizing that I have a lot of privilege, and also at the end of the day, I am my color. That is how I'm treated. That's what people see when they look at me. And also feeling very empowered to call myself a Black woman. As far as gender goes, I am, for any of you who know anything about gender in the way that I do, I'm very much cis-presenting, and that is very safe to be cis-presenting, and knowing that my gender identities that rest inside of me, that rest internally, are very fluid. Also, like, presenting in a lot of different ways as heterosexual, but also recognizing that my sexuality is also fluid. It's something that I've come to accept over time, and both of these things, my gender and my sexuality, have existed all of my life, much as my racial identity has as well. And those are some things that I have not felt able to share with people who are close to me for fear of lovelessness. Love is through the eyes of Bell Hooks in her book All About Love is something that I've been learning in a really intimate way more recently. And this concept of lovelessness and how that shows up in my relationships with folks and in me coming into the fullness and the authenticity of my identities that I hold. I am a very spiritual person. I believe in so many different things. I believe in everything unseen, everything that we are taught is not real. And I believe all of these things because what folks don't see, I do. And so in many ways, I identify as a seer, a feeler, and there are probably many more that I can like not conceptualize in this moment and probably don't have the time to discuss today. Who I am has in some ways been hidden, and also not hidden into secrecy, more so hidden into safety. I pride myself on being a very honest person, with trying my best to be as honest with myself as possible, because we all know that no matter how honest we think we are, there are ways in which we have learned through this society how to lie to ourselves. So it's really important for me to slow me down and to check in to make sure that what I'm offering, what I'm giving to other people is an authentic version of who I am. And it's so pressing and so relevant and means a lot to me at this time as I'm learning more about my relationships with other people and understanding that I can't control the narrative that someone has about me, and understanding this in ways that that I've come close to getting it before, but not fully coming around to it in full circle. I'm pausing in this moment to reflect on what all of this means to me. I think that offering ourselves time to pause and reflect, and to like dissect and analyze, and get down to the root of is really important. It's important for me to follow that within my own path. And in saying that, I feel it's necessary to share that my sun sign is in Virgo, and it's in Virgo in the 8th house, which means that I'm analyzing all of these things all the way down to the core, and deconstructing to see where things can be rebuilt. And as I'm like thinking of this quarantine time, and as I'm thinking of the many changes that are happening in my life right now, the way that things that seem, or I hoped were firm structures have been breaking down and deconstructing, and other things that I hoped weren't firm structures, like really waiting and praying for them to break down, so that something new could be built, and recognizing this time of change and transition, and how important change and transition are in our own personal evolutions, I should say individually and collectively. And so just like really, really recognizing the importance of that during this time, and also recognizing how important deconstruction, rebuilding, much like a phoenix, has been an integral part of my life, and has been a very tightly woven part of my identity. I'm sharing this so that folks who are looking for solidarity can find me. Folks who are looking to be seen can be seen. And I'm sharing this because self-reflection during the times right now with Venus in retrograde, which has to do with my analyzation of love right now, Pluto in retrograde, which is, really important to digging into my past and understanding how I've come to be who I am today. Saturn in retrograde, coming to terms with karmic debts, karmic lessons, and Jupiter in retrograde, which really has me analyzing, I guess the outer planets have to do with outward perception, and including career. I'm still learning, and I guess that's another identity that I hold as being a student, a forever student, and I accept it and I love it because I want to learn as much as I can. But yeah, I'm offering this video to folks who will receive it, I'm offering this video as an introduction into myself as I continue on this quarantined chronicle journey, to watch how it evolves. It's one of my favorite things is evolution. Thank you. Thank you for listening.